Hello, property nomads. Hope you're well. I'm hopeful that you are ready for a bit of more council madness and climate change madness and green madness. And this article, which I'll screen share in a second, is undeniably hilarious because it's another council who seemingly are just trying to play by the eco warrior playbook, and they've seemingly shot themselves in the foot by pretty much everyone because of the reporting they've done behind it. Now, funnily enough, when I screen share, it will see MSN. It's come from the Daily Mail, and it's been headlined incorrectly, which I find funny. Apparently, millionaires' playground sandbanks is hit by traffic gridlock as cars are stopped from taking shortcut in favour of cyclists. But actually, the road that the council was uh, blocked off for cyclists is not really near sandbanks to affect sandbanks as much. So that's quite interesting. Let's get over to the article anyway. And it is another council's gone mad, basically. So what they've done, and they're citing, apparently one of the reasons is people shortcutting this place to get to sandbanks. Sandbanks, if you don't know, it's a very la-di-da area, full of millionaires, all that sort of stuff. Lovely place, a bit pretentious, but nice place nonetheless. A lot of famous people live there. So what they've done is they've closed the through road, basically. And I'm just going to go on to Google Maps here. So we are talking, if you can see my mouse, we're talking this road here. Just follow my mouse. We're talking this road here. This is the road that they've closed for cars. Okay, so it's now cyclists only. So just give you an idea, Sandbanks is down here, so it's not really affected. We're looking at a place in Dorset called Hull. Bournemouth, you might be familiar with, is just over here. And again, this little road, again, following the mouse, that's the road that's been closed off, okay? So the council closed the road and they said it would make it safer for pedestrians and cyclists and reduce carbon emissions in the park. And what's happened since they've done this is that they've actually led to more traffic chaos. And that traffic chaos, when you've got people straddling and not doing too much because they're stuck in traffic, increases pollution. So their idea, and again, remember, they're saying that it would make it safer for pedestrians and cyclists and reduce carbon emissions in the park. That's the council's reasoning for doing this. The critics are saying, well, hang on a minute, no, this hasn't worked. You've actually increased traffic chaos and you've increased pollution in the neighbouring roads. People have reported of having 20 minutes added to their journey because they now have to drive around the park to reach the suburbs of Paul Harbour. Again, let's go back to the map. So if you've cut off this road here and you're trying to get here, or you're trying to get here, you've now got to, rather than go through this little road here, you've sort of got to go up and around right through the middle of Paul in order to get over here. And that can be a pain in the backside. I've been there before. It's not great. So we've got some photos of, cars, etc. Yeah, people protesting, yada, yada, yada. And then people just are completely going off on one. So now you've seen the map, now you've seen the article. So this is what people are saying. Previously, and I quote, previously we have easily and safely used the car park road to get to Sandbanks Road and Shore Road. Now we have to squeeze into a queue of traffic waiting to get to the Civic Centre and then have to join a long queue, taking it in turns to go through the railway bridge along Sandbanks Road. So more irritation, more delay, potentially more accidents, and more petrol being used up as we wait in stationary cars to navigate these blockages. So much for the cutting the carbon footprint, end quote. And other residents in the area are saying the same thing. Another local resident, he asked not to be named, said, and I quote, "There is no problem to fix, and as far as I'm aware, there have never been any accidents involving cars in the park," end quote. there are other people on the article that are saying the same thing, that this just does not make sense. It's an anti-car decision. There's nothing wrong with that through route. It helps the area in terms of alleviating traffic in other areas. And the council have wasted cash to put all in these restrictions in these bollards. And they're now going to put people off from visiting the area. And a lot of local residents are saying, look, this is February. If this is what it's like in February, what is this going to be like in summer when it's even more chaotic? It's going to be absolute madness. So everyone's coming up and saying to, I think it's Bournemouth City Council or whatever that council is around there, possibly not Bournemouth City Council, but the council that operates that area. And they said, this is absolutely madness. It's craziness. It doesn't make sense. And now what's happening is because they've closed it off, then this car problem is now focused even more hectically in and around the immediate area, and it's going to create more problems. Just remember, this was all done because they were looking to make things more cyclist and pedestrian friendly and to reduce carbon emissions in the park. Well, unfortunately, that seems to have backfired, and it's just another example of a crazy council doing crazy things because they think that by following this eco route and this climate activist route, that they're doing the best for the society around them, and it's simply just not the case. And I understand the local residents' frustrations, and I would not want to be in that area anytime in the summer because that is going to be complete and utter madness. At some point, all of this ramming this eco stuff down your throat and down my throat, we're seeing that it's starting to backfire completely, and it's going to continue to backfire, and people will rise up against this because not only are the councils pursuing these agendas that aren't beneficial, it's also costing them, and it's costing them to do these works, and it will cost them in possibly reduced income and reduced revenue moving forwards because people just get to the stage where they can't be bothered to visit certain places because of how anti-motorist or how anti-X, Y, and Z a place is. And putting this on to the railways to a similar extent, this is why all these strikes and whatnot are not good on the railway side because it's going to reduce demand. And if that's going to reduce demand, it's going to reduce revenue, which is then going to put people out of a job. So you're shooting yourself in the foot. And this is exactly what this council's done here. So congratulations, and unlucky if you live in the area. Small favour to ask, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the channel, leave some comments below. I will put a link to the article in the description or comments below. Thank you for also subscribing. We say that because we're seeing the channel increase. I think people like watching and listening to a guy just ranting about things in the UK. And yeah, it's great to be able to add value from that point of view. Plenty more videos to come. Thank you very much. See you in the next video.